Let's do it. Oh, do I feel lucky today? Let's just see. I should be able to get this now. I've got enough room. I'm going to poke that in there. And I need to make sure that those prongs go up. Okay, they did. Now see, it's just hanging like that. And there's no way you're going to get it tight if you just try to start turning without pulling down. You have to kind of pull down and screw at the same time, because what's happening is as you're pulling down, it's keeping your toggle wing nut from swiveling around. You see what I mean? And that's all I'm doing. I'm pulling down on it and it's getting closer. Okay, I'm just pulling down as I'm turning it. Okay. And I want to center it, position it so it's going to cover up the hole on the stucco. Okay. And now I'm tightening it to the stucco. And I only have to get it snug. I don't have to get it really super tight, do I? You know, still going. And wherever it stops, it stops. I don't care where this lines up or anything. If it lines up to the front, to the backyard, fine. Okay, there, that's it. I'm not doing anything more. I could probably, if I had something to hang on to this, I could probably hang off of that. You know what I mean? And it's only as strong as your neck. That's why, another reason why I decided to go with the jumbo, because I don't want that neck to snap off. You see what I mean? That's the only thing. The neck, in fact, the neck, I believe the neck would snap off before the stucco would break out. You see? Okay. That's pretty much it. Okay, I just have to get this all untangled and hung, and boy, Mommy's gonna be happy when this is up. It's been down for a while. She's been bugging me about it, but it didn't really take that long once I got going. Okay, all right. So that is how to install a swag hook, and there's different ways. Hopefully I gave you enough information on this video for you to decide if you can install it on your own, and pretty much you do the same way if that was a sheetrock drywall ceiling inside your house, an angled ceiling, a flat ceiling. If you got wood up there, you know what to do. You're going to use this one, okay, with the wood threads. If it's the other, you're going to use this. You're going to use just the threaded rod with the toggle, okay? And the important thing is to make sure you've got that fairly snug on your toggle. I could have tightened up the brown one a little bit more, but I got it on there plenty. I don't think anything's going to happen to it. Okay? So if you want to keep watching this video, I'm going to finish it up showing you this after I install it. Well, I'm glad that little project is over with. What am I going to show you next time? Well, it's going to have something to do with this little box. Look at this. It's like a little box. I call that a pancake box. Here's a cut-in box. Here's another cut-in box. Look at that. One's deeper than the other. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to use yet. And I'm going to be installing some ceiling fans. Ceiling fans to that? Yeah, I've got some ceiling fans downstairs and in an area where there's no attic per se to crawl around. I've got a great idea on how to hook up a ceiling fan without chopping holes through the ceiling, chopping holes through the walls, and fishing wires down to a light switch, power switch, get that back up, there's not, my goal is no taping, no patching drywall, no taping, texturing, sanding, skimming, priming, painting, texturing to match the existing texture, none of that kind of stuff. And I have the best idea I've ever thought of on how to get power to a ceiling fan where there's no attic. You know, if you got between a first and second floor, let's say, you might be able to do the same thing. And that is coming up on some of my future videos. Be watching for them on my channel.